I'm Jason Daniel Fair. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. My mom is a white Jewish woman, and my father is African American. His family's Christian. And we grew up at a time when that was a really big deal. It was not heard of too much. And I came of age, in a predominantly African American community. But for my parents, none of this stuff seemed to be an obstacle for them. I think they put a lot of emphasis in making sure that we were really confident young people, and knew about our background and our history. I remember my dad once coming out of Hebrew school. I was like 5, 6. I was excited I was going to get picked up, and I ran to the car, and I just flung the door open and tossed my bag on the seat and said, "Okay, Dad, I'm going to be 1 second. I got to go back in." And he looked at me and was like, "Why?" I said, "I have to go to the bathroom." And he said, Why didn't you go in school?" And I said, "Well, the teacher wouldn't let me. She said I had to wait till the bell rang." I remember him looking right at me, and he says, "Don't you ever let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do with your body. If you need to go to the bathroom, you just get up and go. And if anybody has a problem with that, just tell them to talk to me." By the time I had gotten to college, I was still very active in the Jewish world and in the Black world. And not only did I know or feel that something was not being explored within myself, but I also knew I had a sense that there could be possibilities, because by that time, both my younger brother and my older brother had come out. Because I was having dinner at a friend's house, and his father was coming to visit. And this is his first time meeting me. Didn't really know me. He's like, "Oh, where's your family from?" "Oh, I live in Baltimore. My dad, he's Black. My mom, she's Jewish, from New York." And he goes, without missing a beat, "Oh, well, your parents didn't do you any favors." That moment when we were at dinner and I heard those words, it just set in motion a whole chain of things. I said to myself, "Okay, we're gonna do this. You're gonna come out." Because I was this man, I don't know what he'd say if I told him, "Yeah, no, yep, you're right. My parents Black, Jewish, but guess what? I'm also gay." So I started the process of coming out. I knew it was important to tell my dad, and I just didn't know how to do it. And my father, by this point, because many years had passed, my father had gotten very sick. It just felt wrong and selfish to burden him. He had kidney failure. So I started writing him letters. I thought, okay, I'll write him letters, and just updating him on my life. And that one day he might just ask, "So are you dating anyone?" And then I might have a little bit of a segue I could open up. The plan worked a little bit, but he passed away before I got a chance to really talk to him about it. The morning of the funeral, I walked in to the funeral home with my boyfriend, come to support me, and both of my brothers did too. We found our seats at the front. One side of the funeral home was mostly my Jewish side of the family, and the other side was mostly African American side. And there were gay people on both, and I got up to deliver the eulogy and looked out, and I just remember thinking that this is everything that my father would have wanted for us. He and my mother didn't just bring two communities of people together. They brought many, many more. They brought understanding and tolerance for being gay, being bisexual, being yourself. I didn't even know it. But I think back on all the lessons that he and my mother taught us about who we were and our culture and our background, about overcoming adversity, about the time when my dad told me, you just go to the bathroom if you have to. And I know that he, even though he may never have really given much thought to people being gay, even with 2 other out gay sons, he probably would have fiercely defended me, saying, I am who I am, and if you don't like it, tough.